2007 AP Micro FRQ number 2. All right, this is Charles here. Somebody requested this, Joanne, that she doesn't really understand the whole labor thing. Understand that this quantity of radios is total product. They could have also called this quantity, whatever, and we know it's output. Could have called it output even, right? Output by worker. Tend to be they're either going to call it quantity of radios, which quantity, or total product, and we're hiring a certain number of workers. I always do these tables the same way. I'm going to make a chart, and I don't like that color. I'm going to make a little chart here, and I answer these the same way like a child. That way I don't mess them up too often. All right, draw some vertical category here. Now, if they give you total product, you're going to have to find marginal product. We're going to multiply marginal product times whatever the price of the good is. They should give us that in the problem. Marginal product times the price of the good gives you your marginal revenue product. Remember, it's derived demand. This is our demand for labor. We're going to compare that to our marginal revenue cost, also called marginal factor cost sometimes. This is our supply of labor. Oops. How about that? Haven't had that happen before. All good. And we're going to compare that. No, we're not. That's where we are. All right. I don't need those. But I do need, this is our supply of labor curve. This is also the wage. So let's read the question, see if we understand it. Always read the questions. Hazrat Company produces clock radios. In the short run production function in the table above, Hazrat can sell all the clock radios it produces at a price of $20. And it can hire all of the unskilled labor it needs at a wage of $90 per worker. So, using the specific information above, draw a correctly labeled graph of Hazrat's current supply curve for unskilled labor. Let's do the chart first. We can see that with the first worker, they produced 20 units. The second worker, we went from 20 to 45, that's 25. 45 to 60, that's 15. 60 to 70, that's 10. 70 to 75, that's 5. 75 to 90, 4. 79 to 80 is 1. They told us the price of the good, $20. So it's $20 for every radio produced, all the way down. Now it's just marginal product times the price of the good to give us our marginal revenue product. 20 times 20 is 400. 25 times 20 is 500. 15 times 20 is 300. 200. 100. I kind of messed that one up. Give me a second. Let me fix that. So 300, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 20. They tell us what our wage is, or our marginal revenue cost per worker is $90 per day, so that's $90 all the way down. I like it. Now let's think about this. If this first worker makes us $400 and we only pay him $90, do we like this guy? I like him a whole bunch. I like this guy better. He brings in 500 and we pay him 90. This guy brings in 300, we pay him 90, 290, 190. I do not like the sixth worker because he only brings in 80. If we had to pay him 90, we would be losing money. So understand that we do know, and let's just draw a graph here. They're going to ask us to do it. They want us to draw our supply of labor curve. For the firm, we know our supply of labor curve is our wage. It is your marginal revenue cost. It is your marginal factor cost. Your demand for labor curve always is downward sloping. This is your marginal revenue product. Quantity of labor on the horizontal and just wage on the vertical. I know I want to hire at that quantity right there. That's our maximizing profit max for labor, right? It is where MRP equals MRC. But recognize that up here on the table, they do not equal one another for anywhere. But I would rather hire on this side where my marginal revenue product is slightly higher than my marginal revenue cost than on this side. If I hire it over here, which would be worker number 6, the cost is greater than what they're bringing in. I would definitely not want to hire that. I can't get to that point in the center there, so just recognize we're going to get as close to where marginal revenue product is equal to marginal revenue cost without having our revenue product less than our marginal revenue cost, if that makes sense. What is Hazrat's profit maximizing output level? Now, this tricked a lot of people in the year that it came out because it was talking about output, not number of workers. So we have to be careful, draw, write, read, make sure you understand it. Output level would be 75 here. Again, if we explained it, we would say that at 5 workers, our marginal revenue product is greater than our marginal revenue cost. At 6 workers, our marginal revenue product is less than our marginal revenue cost. So we would hire 5 workers. And you just have to write this out. So we hire 5 workers. There might be a better way to do it, but I'm saying it like this. 5 workers, and they produce 75. So I gave them the answer first, and then I went into my explanation. Usually it's 1 point for whatever that question is, and then the explanation is 1 point also. So I would always give them a little bit more information to let them know, and of course I would do it in a more organized manner than what we see here. I'm kind of constrained as to working within this boundary. Anyway, all right, suppose that Hazrat is the first company, that makes important, to have new technology that increases the productivity of its unskilled workers. How will this new technology affect the quantity of unskilled labor that Hazrat hires? Now, between marginal product and price of the good, which one is affected by technology? If Hazrat is the only company with the new technology, wouldn't we imply that their marginal product of all their workers would go up? Technology tends to affect marginal product. So if marginal product goes up, we know marginal revenue product has to go up. So if our marginal revenue product goes up, it's going to shift our demand for labor curve to the right. Marginal revenue product increases, and we would hire more workers. I hope we can see that. And we would explain it exactly like that. That technology, since Hazrat is the only company with the new technology, it would affect their marginal product. Therefore, their technology or their marginal product would increase due to the technology. Therefore, their demand for labor, marginal revenue product curve would shift to the right. How will the new technology affect the wages paid to Hazrat's unskilled workers? Think about it like this. First of all, these guys are wage takers. It is perfectly competitive labor market. In a perfectly competitive labor market, they're not in control of the wage. The market controls the wage, right? So what we have here is this is the market. Supply of labor, demand for labor, wage on the vertical, quantity of labor here, and the firm. Now, we've already sort of established that they're wage takers. So the market controls the wage. This is our MRC. This is our MFC. Again, this is demand for labor, marginal revenue product. But Hazrat is the only one with the technology. It's not affecting the market. Remember, the wage is controlled by what happens in the market, not what happens in the firm. So if the firm is the only one with the new technology, their marginal revenue product would increase. They would hire more workers, but the wage would not go up because they're the only ones with the new technology. That's fairly tricky. Now, if the market had the new technology, then the demand, everybody's marginal revenue product, all their workers would have become more productive. Everybody's marginal revenue product would have gone up. And this is everybody's marginal revenue. So in that situation, if the whole market had the new technology, demand for labor would shift to the right, which would drive up the wage. But in this situation, only Hazrat has the new technology. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Be safe. Bye.